If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm today to get started. Hello, self-developers, and welcome to the Patrick Kelly Podcast for Self-Development, where I will be reviewing audible books on self-development that can change your life for the better this year and years to come. It is said that if we keep on doing what we always did, we will keep on getting what we always got. Today is October 16th, 2022, and this is episode 42 of season 2. And today we'll be reviewing the audible book, The ABCs of Success, The Essential Principles from America's Greatest Prosperity Teacher by Bob Proctor. This audible book will go beyond the simple laws of success and attraction, weighing in on 67 different topics essential to all those who wish to make their dreams a reality, including persistence, winning, effectiveness, and vision.
Chapter 1.
Achievement. Straight A's. You must become aware of the primary cause of the results you are getting. The truth is not always in the appearance of things. Your results are never caused by something outside yourself. Your results are always an inside job. Your results are a physical or outward expression of the inner conditioning in your subconscious mind. Your behavior is causing your results, and your conditioning is causing your behavior. The second A is acceptance. You must accept responsibility for your results. When you accept full responsibility for your own results, you will make the necessary decisions to alter them. It is well worth every penny and every speck of energy you invest in learning how to alter your old conditioning. This simple process will permit you to achieve whatever goal you set.
Chapter 2.
Action. The devil's most prized possession. Hatred, fear, or jealousy may lead immature people to act unwisely, to fight, or to run, but at least they act. Discouragement, on the other hand, hurts people more than any of these. It causes them to sit down, pity themselves, and do nothing. Now, this doesn't have to happen. Unfortunately, it all too frequently does. Not until we realize that discouragement is often a form of self-pity do we begin to take stock of ourselves and our predicament and decide to act, to do something that will take us out of the unpleasant situation. The answer to discouragement, then, is intelligent action. Get rid of discouragement before it gets rid of you. The devil might not survive without this priceless wedge, but you can.
Chapter 3.
Ambition. You are a natural. The moment the first breath of life filled your lungs, you set out pursuing goals. You are innately programmed to improve the quality of your life. Each of your first early achievements brought with them tremendous satisfaction, along with great pride and joy. You naturally want to experience life and experience it in abundance. You not only should, you can have the things you want, all of them, and you will have them if you rekindle that early spirit that caused you to pursue and achieve those first goals. Develop a healthy dissatisfaction with your life. Set new goals, big, exciting goals, then set out to achieve them with the same enthusiasm you knew and used as a baby. That is called living. Everything else is dying. Advertisement.
Have you ever considered relocating or visiting the city of New York? This new and insightful guide that you can purchase on Amazon will give you all the good things, the bad things, and the ugly truth about New York and New York City. This guide will go over the following topics: the good things about New York City, which include Broadway, Madison Square Garden; the bad things about New York City, which include filth, potholes, car insurance, high rents, high sales tax, speed cameras; the ugly truth, which includes city crime throughout the 5 boroughs and the steps needed to stop it. Get your guide today, available on Amazon Kindle.
Chapter 4.
Attitude, our gift. When you change or improve as a person, your environment and surroundings change to reflect this improvement. Our attitude is the environment we carry with us during the day. It proclaims to the world what we think of ourselves and indicates the sort of person we have made up our minds to be. It is the person we will become. Our environment, the world in which we live and work, is a mirror of our attitudes and expectations. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life. Not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens.
Chapter 5.
Awareness, room of mirrors. By replacing the mirrors with windows, this high level of sensitivity can be converted into awareness and negative impressions made to serve as a stimulus for creative thought. This in turn will lead to happiness, peace of mind, and a fulfilled life. The greatest discovery of my generation is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. In order to carry a positive action, we must develop here a positive vision. To be conscious means not simply to be, but to be reported, known, to have awareness of one's being added to that being.
Chapter 6.
Change, leave the cage. William James pointed out that change begins with changing the inner aspects of our thinking. I have learned from experience that an outward change will come after we change from within. By changing some of our cherished beliefs, we change our awareness and hence our reactions to people, circumstances, and conditions. For centuries, the masses of people have passed along from one generation to the next the false belief that some people have greater potential than others. This false belief has caused many individuals to live like a bird in a cage, which has no idea how much vast space exists outside. Their mistaken certainties have prevented them from realizing how truly worthy, capable, and unique they are. The truth is, you can change whatever it is in your life you would like to change. Life can and should be an exciting adventure. If you are planning to get more out of life in the future than you have in the past, change is essential. You cannot get improved results in your life with the same old behavior. The beautiful truth about change with respect to results is that one small change in your actions often produces a tremendous change in your results. You have the potential to change, to take charge of your life, and to really live. Do it now. Closing thoughts. On a scale of 1 to 5, I would give this audible book a super awesome 5 for providing the ABCs of success. To find out more about this audible book, go to www.audible.com and download this audible book, or go to www.proctorgallagher-institute.com to find out more information and other books written by the author. Remember to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you do not miss an episode. And also remember to please share this episode via text or email with friends and family and other people that you care about. Follow me on Twitter at Kelly Podcast or Instagram at PatrickKelly_podcast. For more episodes of the Patrick Kelly Podcast for self-development, go to www.thepatrickkellypodcast.com. If you would like to donate $1 or more to the support of this podcast, click the donate button at www.thepatrickkellypodcast.com or go to $Patrick Kelly Podcast on Cash App, and I'll be sure to thank you on the next episode. This is the end of this podcast for today. Tune in next week Sunday for the next episode and the next audible book of over 300 books that I'll be reviewing on the Patrick Kelly Podcast for self-development. If you enjoyed this podcast, take a moment to rate and review on Apple Podcasts. This really helps me out. Feel free to share this podcast with someone you care about. And remember, your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Take care.